Hi, I'm Amina Buddafly, musician, singer, songwriter, and here are three fun facts about me that you may not know. Fun fact number one, I actually prefer recording myself versus having an engineer, like a professional studio setting with an engineer, producer, and everything. I much rather be by myself, recording myself, engineering my own song, vocal arrangement, and everything without any distractions for two reasons. Number one is that I feel I'm much more efficient. I can work way faster because when I, let's say, want to punch something or just fix a little area of my vocal, I don't have to first explain what I want to do. I can just go ahead and do it real quick. And number two is that I find that I come up with much better ideas because I can mess up more. I'm not afraid to like try different things and be risky and just like go crazy and sing in a way that I haven't before just to test things out. And I actually ended up creating some of my most beautiful music and writing songs on the spot that I don't think I would have ever written had it been in a setting with lots of people around. So I prefer creating solo. Second fun fact would be that I play guitar and piano, and both of the instruments I taught myself in my 20s, so very late. I'm not one of those kids that started very young and was playing instruments at an early age. I actually, early 20s, I did not even know how to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, okay? I'm completely self-taught, so by ear. I was 24, I want to say, when I started teaching myself piano on a $80 Casio keyboard. And at the time, I didn't have children. I was able to like sit down and practice 6 hours a day, and I started getting really addicted, hence my tattoo over here. But I started boldly on some crazy masterpieces, classical pieces by like Chopin, and like I would just like play these songs and listen to each note and figure out each note and when it's being played, and actually master some of these classical masterpieces. I forgot now, but I am very proud of myself for teaching myself how to play, and especially a few years later when I picked up the guitar, and first time I did, I was like, never gonna happen. How the hell is this even possible to get like a proper sound out of this, right? And then that same night, I said to myself, there's millions of people in this world that can play guitar. That means I can too. So from that point on, I knew I was not gonna give up. And once I got over that hump where like my fingers got like rock hard and even started hurting like crazy, so much pain. But once I got over that hump and understood like the wrist positioning and everything, I never looked back. And I love my guitars. I don't consider myself like a seasoned musician, but I definitely consider myself a singer songwriter who can accompany herself on her instrument and can come up and write some beautiful songs with some amazing chord followings. And yeah, it's just taken me to a whole nother level when I started playing these instruments. Fun fact number three would be, for those who don't know, I actually had four major record deals in my career with major record labels. The first one when I was 14, and at the time, still living in Germany. Me and my sisters got signed to BMG, Germany, and actually dropped out of school by recommendation from my teacher. So we got signed, and that was our first experience of the record business. And mind you, Germany is very different, but it was our first disappointment because we were a signed group and we never put out any music. The second deal was a few years later, I think 2000, I want to say, and we got signed to another German label, Contour Records. That was my first experience actually coming to the United States. They flew us out to come to Los Angeles to do our first official promo photo shoot. We stayed at the Standard Hotel, which I think is now closed, on Sunset. And second try, we thought this was it. Like, we were so excited. And again, started realizing that being signed is not what it was sold to us. And then our third record deal, which probably is the biggest one we had, and we actually did release two singles with that record deal, was in 2005 with Island Def Jam and RSMG, Russell Simmons label. And it was the three of us, me and my two sisters, and we got signed with a lot of new young artists in the same year, like Rihanna, Chris Brown, Neo. They were all like brand new. Nobody knew who they were. And then Black Butterfly, we got to go on tour and stuff. Released 2 singles. Our songs were played on the radio, and we were literally around, let's not name drop, but everybody. Very exciting for three little girls from Germany who had never even dared to dream of stepping foot into a record label in the United States, and there we were, signed to one. But yeah, ended up the same way, being a very big disappointment as they never released our album, which we had worked so hard on and we're so excited about. And then the last major record deal that I had was with my twin sister, still as Black Butterfly, but this time it was just the two of us. And we signed to J Records in 2008 or 9, I want to say. A few years of recording a whole bunch of music, more than probably 3 albums worth of music. Those were also the years where I learned how to engineer, how to do the vocal arrangement, how to mix. Those are the years where I taught myself how to play keys. And then I started to tap into production and producing music, and that was opening up a whole new world for me, because I feel like that leveled me up in so many ways, just by understanding and knowing how to do everything. So eventually I didn't need anybody, and when I went independent, I felt so free, because now all of a sudden I was allowed to put out music on my own. And I must say, looking back, I've had more success as an indie artist. I actually charted with my song "Don't Want to Be Right" on my own, without a label, no management, nothing. And we had never charted with Black Butterfly, even though our song was played on the radio. I really was proud of myself for continuing to just improve each and every year. And since then, I have released 5 albums, full albums, 5 EPs, and countless singles on my own. And yeah, all that music is out there for you to check out if you haven't yet. I hope that you do. That is some of my fun facts. Let me know if you want a part 2, and also ask me some questions. If you do have anything music related that you want to know about me, I may do a part 2 of some fun facts about Amina, the artist. See you next time.